Welcome to Yisrael. Ministries, New England. I'm your host, Minister Whisper, aka Yosef in Israel. So today, we're going to talk about the end time connection. Look at us. Let's go to Luke 21, 13 through 24. This will all be on account of me, Yeshua was saying, but it will prove an opportunity for you to bear witness. So make up your minds not to worry, rehearsing your defense beforehand, for I myself will give you an eloquence and a wisdom that no adversary will be able to resist or refute. You will be betrayed even by parents, brothers, relatives, and friends. Some of you they will have put to death, and everyone will hate you because of me. But not a hair of your head will be lost. By standing firm, you will save your life. However, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then you ought to understand that she is about to be destroyed. Those in Yehuda must escape to the hills, those inside the city must get out, and those in the country must not enter it. But these are the days of vengeance, when everything that has been written in the Torah will come true. What a terrible time it will be for a pregnant woman and nursing mothers, for there will be great distress in the land, and judgment on the people. Some will fall by the edge of the sword, others will be carried into all the countries of the Gentiles, and Jerusalem will be trampled down by the Gentiles, until the age of the Gentiles has run its course. Understand, this is the beginning of the end time connection. This is the time for you to speak up and become the witness that Yah made you to be. Don't worry about the condemnation that will come on those who speak truth. Just speak it. Yahweh has given you a mouth of wisdom. Yahweh has given you the wisdom. He's given you the Torah. He's given you the scriptures, the Brit HaKadeshah, to push and to unconceal his word. That means the word that you speak will come from him. It will come from his word, his Torah, his Brit Hadashah, his renewed covenant. The enemy will try to resist the words of the Most High, but his resistance will be futile. It's time to get prepared for battle. It's time to get your house in order. It's time to get your emergency bag together, just in case you have to flee into the wilderness. You understand what I'm saying? The scripture talks about fleeing into the wilderness. It's time now to get your bags together. If you don't have them packed yet, get your emergency bag together with everything that you may need. Verse 16 and verse 17 goes on to say, you will be betrayed even by parents, brothers, relatives, and friends. Some of you they will have put to death, and everyone will hate you because of me. For this truth many will suffer, some physically, some mentally, and some spiritually. Even today, some people's families probably disown them because they don't celebrate pagan holidays anymore, because they don't hang around like they used to, or go to the clubs like they used to, or eat pork rinds and pork chops, or shrimp, crabs, and lobster. Some family members are going to disown you now because of the way you're following the truth of the scriptures. You will be hated for your stance on the truth, but continue to stand on his word. Verse 17 says, you shall be hated by all because of my name. Because of his name, the name that represented the Father's name, the name that had the Father's name in it, Yeshua HaMashiach, Yeshua, Yahweh's salvation. That's what it is. It's translated to be, Yahweh's salvation, Yeshua. For this very name, for this restored birth name of the Messiah, many are being hated, despised, and frowned upon, even though it's his name, even though it's his birth name. Jesus was not his birth name. Listen to what I'm saying. Jesus was not his birth name. There was no letter J in the Hebrew nor the Greek. Okay, Jesus was not his name from birth. It didn't exist when he walked the earth, and there was no letter J in the Hebrew language. The disciples called him Yeshua. His mothers called him Yeshua. His stepfather called him Yeshua. The rabbis called him Yeshua because that was the name that this troublemaker who descended from the lineage of David, that was his name. Okay, that's what they called him. He had the name, that name above every name. All right, now jumping down to verse 20. Let's jump down to verse 20 in Luke. It said, however you see Jerusalem surrounded by the armies, then you ought to understand that she is about to be destroyed. Now we get to the meat of this message. Since Trump's announcement, listen to this. Since Trump's announcement to move the American embassy to Jerusalem, he pissed off many people. He's no longer gaining favor with those people that once was supporting him. Okay, since Trump's announcement to move the American embassy to Jerusalem, he pissed off more people than gaining favor. France, Germany, China, Indonesia, Palestine, and many others are displeased at this bold attempt to make history. Trump has opened the gates to hell, and what's about to come out will devastate the land. Yeshua said in Matthew 24:6-7, "For you are bound to hear of revelations and rumors of wars. Watch out and do not be disturbed, for it is necessary that all these things happen, but it's not yet the end. For a nation will be raised against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and plagues and earthquakes against many places. But all these are the beginning of sorrows." Beginning of sorrows, like the people who are starving in those places that the tornadoes and the storms and the tsunamis hit. Okay, sorrows like the people being taken as slaves in Libya. Sorrows like those who die from racist gunfire from crooked police. Sorrows like girls being kidnapped and sold off into prostitution. Sorrows like those getting sick from eating foods with deadly bacteria in it and cloned. The sorrows have increased greatly. Rumors of wars. Kim Jong-un has repeatedly threatened to destroy America. Trump has continually threatened to destroy North Korea, Iran, Russia, China, all gearing up for something. It's no longer a rumor. The smell of war is in the air, people. The smell of war is in the air. It's at our doorstep. All the armies around the world are on high alert right now, but rest assured, Israel, Yehuda shall be saved. Yehuda shall be saved. Jeremiah 33:16 says, "In those days, Yehuda shall be saved, and Jerusalem dwell in safety. And this is that which shall be proclaimed to her, Yahweh, our righteousness." Yahweh will strengthen his people in these times of sorrow. If you are weak, you will be made strong. Trump is threatening the peace some have over there. Some of that the little bit of peace that they have in those lands over there, which isn't much. Trump is even threatening that right at this moment. Tensions are inflaming. They are once again burning American flags. They're always burning American flags, but now they're doing it again once again. All the Palestinians are united, including the terrorists, because they are angry at Trump's decision to acknowledge Jerusalem as Israel's capital. The Arab nations are furious. America is the first country to move an embassy into Jerusalem, but the enemy's days are short. Listen, the enemy's days are short-lived. Hosea 9:7-8 says, "The days of her visitation have come. The days of retribution have come. Israel shall know. The prophet is a fool. The spiritual man is insane. Because of the greatness of your iniquity and your great hatred, Ephraim is a watchman with my Elohim. The prophet is a snare of a fowler on all his ways. Hatred is in the house of his Elohim." It's not time to faint. Yahweh's watching. His army is on standby, and he wants his earthly soldiers to prepare for what is to come. Jerusalem is the stepping stone. Jerusalem is the stone to that has the key engrafted inside of it. Ever since David captured it, everybody has had their eyes on that place. Everybody wants Jerusalem to be the capital. The Israelis want Jerusalem to be their capital. The Palestinians want Jerusalem to be their capital. Micah 4:1-3 says, "But it shall be in the end of the days, the mountain of the house of Yahweh shall be established on the top of the mountains, and it shall be lifted up from the hills, and peoples shall flow on it. And many nations shall come and say, Come, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, and to the house of the Elohim of Jacob, and he will teach us from his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the Torah shall go forth out of Zion, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem, and he shall judge between many peoples, and will decide for strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their sword into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, nor shall they learn war anymore." The battle that is to be waged is always closer to home. The battle that is to be waged is always closer to home. Anytime you're going through some things in your life, the battle is always closer to you. All right, preparation is in order at this time. Preparation as the stage is set for the children of the Most High to claim their rightful possession. Yohanan said in Revelations, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from Elohim, having prepared as a bride, having been adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of the heavens saying, behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men, and he will tabernacle with them, and they will be his people, and Yahweh himself will be with them as their Elohim. We are in that time when we are hearing peace, no peace, peace, no peace. Turkey is severing diplomatic ties with Israel. The world is in disarray. Major fires in Southern California, earthquakes and massive killings. Yeshua is soon to return as the warrior of Yah. They think he's coming like a mouse, or he's coming like a person that's just gonna knock on your door. But when he comes this time, he's coming with a sword, and he's coming with the word of the Most High within him, and it's gonna be a trying time for those who don't seek and continue in their faith with the Most High and Yeshua HaMashiach. Those who don't have the Yeshua HaMashiach in their life are going to be screaming and crying for the mountains to fall upon them before the wrath is coming. The wrath of the Most High is coming. For the lack of their obedience, they will be screaming, please throw the mountains upon me. The end of peace process means someone has to usher in peace. Okay, let me say that again. The end of the peace process means someone has to usher in peace. Daniel 9 says 70 weeks are decreed as to your people and as to your holy city, to finish the transgression and to make an end of sins, and to make atonement for the iniquity, and to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. Know then and understand that from the issuing of the word to restore and to rebuild Jerusalem to Messiah the Prince shall be 7 weeks, and 62 weeks it shall be built again. It shall be built again with the plaza and a trench, even in times of the affliction. And after 62 weeks Messiah shall be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of a coming ruler shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and its end shall be with the flood, and ruins are determined, and war shall be until the end. The Hebrew word indicates 70 weeks of years, or 70 times 7, which equals 490 years. The prophecy is about Judah, Yehuda, the Messiah, in the city of Jerusalem. Many have erred trying to relate this prophecy about the redemption of the whole land of Israel, since almost none of these have happened yet, except for Yeshua's atoning for sins. It is evident that the prophecy to follow is not completely fulfilled yet, but it's on its way. It's on its way to completion. And he shall confirm a covenant with the many for 1 week, and in the middle of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the offerings to cease, and on the most outer concerns abominations by a desolator. Abominations. And even today we can see so many abominations going on, even not just within the church, but within the world. There's just so many abominations going on, so much disrespect to the Father's word, even to the point of people producing a gay Bible, gay marriage, pastors, preachers, marrying homosexuals, and the raping of kids, and slavery of those in Libya, and the breaking of the Levitical diets. It's just so many abominations. These unsanctioned, unholy holidays that the people are worshiping, and that they know nothing about. And we're going to do some studies on those too as well. The abominations of these holidays that are not sanctioned by the Most High. But going on, verse 27, he said, and he shall confirm a covenant with the many for 1 week. And in the middle of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the offering to cease. And on the most outer corners, abominations by a desolator, even until the end. And that which was decreed shall pour out on the desolator. The deceiver that creates the false peace will come first. The deceiver that creates the false peace will come first. Remember, we're at that time where they're saying peace, no peace, but the deceiver that creates the false peace will come first. He will have many fooled, even the elect, to thinking his way is the best way and the only way to peace. His way will be a trap for the children of the Most High. His way will be a trap for the children of the Most High. And if you are not prepared, you will be deceived. If you are not prepared, you will take that mark. You understand? If you're not prepared, you will be deceived as well. If what you hear or see goes against the Most High's word, just don't do it. Period. If it goes against his Torah, if it goes against his Brit Haggadah, his new renewed covenant, if it goes against it, don't do it. Don't compromise your faith or your place in the kingdom. Isaiah 13:6 says, How, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction for the Almighty. On account of this, all hands shall droop, and every heart of man shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain like one giving birth. They shall be amazed, each man to his neighbor. Faces of flames shall be their faces. Behold, the day of Yahweh comes, cruel and with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land waste, and he shall destroy its sinners out of it. Listen to what the scriptures is saying, okay? He's not coming with angels shooting harps, playing harps and shooting arrows with hearts. That's not the Most High that is coming. The Most High is coming is the Most High of that has anger and wrath because his people are being disobedient. His people are not listening to him. This is what the Father is saying. Behold, the day of Yahweh comes cruel and with wrath and with fierce anger, to lay the land waste, and he shall destroy its sinners. He shall destroy his sinners out of it, for the stars of the heavens and their constellations shall not give light. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not reflect its light. Also see Joel 2:10 as well. And I will visit evil on the world, and their iniquity on the wicked, and I will cause the arrogance of the proud to cease, and I will humble the pride of tyrants. I will make a man more rare than fine gold, even a man more than carbons of Ophir. This is what the Father is saying. We living in a time where his spirit is not going to dwell upon this land for much longer, and his wrath is coming. If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray, seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then I shall hear from heaven. I shall forgive their sins, and I shall heal their land. Okay? Until then, he's coming to destroy it. All right? The Father's wrath is coming. The angels are preparing the world, and you should be allowing the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, to prepare your heart, your mind, and your family. Let the end-time connections of the scriptures motivate you to go out and stand for the gospel of Yeshua HaMashiach, the coming King, the Messiah of the Most High, who came as the walking Torah to redeem us and bring us back into right standing with the Abba Yah. The Most High of Israel is showing us. He said it will be signs and wonders. We're seeing signs and wonders. Rumors of wars. We're not just seeing it. We're not just hearing rumors, but it's going on. We see the weapons of mass destructions that Kim Jong-un is developing. We see what Iran is trying to do. We see China getting their army ready. We see Russia putting its hand in anything that it can put its hand into. We see America is being led by a disconceived ruler. Okay, and we're headed to war. We're headed to war, and the Most High's people have to get to the point where we batten down and stay under the covering of the Most High. Stay under the covering of His Word. Continue to read, continue to pray, continue to seek His face, continue to bring His Word to everybody and anybody that you can. All right? My name is Minister Whisper, aka Yosef Ben Yisrael. This is Benai Yisrael, New England. This was the End Time Connection. Catch us next week for the next message. Shalom, shalom.